Well, that's what you end up getting, me putting on a suit or attempting to put on a suit for my first subscriber milestone celebration ever. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Sorry excuse of a tie right now. I tried my best. Yeah, for a show I went to, I actually nailed it the last time I put it on, but I can't quite remember what I did. So I have to awkwardly twist it so that it doesn't just like, flip upside down like this. Yeah, because otherwise it's gonna like, see, look, that's awkward. That's so weird. I need to go to a tie tying class or something, or look at a bit more YouTube videos on how to tie ties after I make my own YouTube video. You know, yeah, but suffice it to say, my last video did insane. It did insane. Almost 3,000 views within a week. So that is quarter of 10,000 views within a week. That is insane. I'm very grateful for people who commented and kept the commenting civil, because I was a little worried at first when I uploaded it, looking back on the video, that a lot of the harsher takes that I had on Kobe may have come to deaf ears a little bit and would have had people somewhat, and would have like sort of created a bit of a monster in a way where I would have like enticed a lot of vitriolic people. But gladly that didn't happen, and everything was civil, and it was just, like-minded individuals. We were all like-minded individuals in this situation, with our goal to make sure that Kobana Money 456 is okay no matter what he does, just as long as he stops doing this toxic content that he seems to be very adamant on doing at the moment. And he did a video which I think was responding to me, because a lot of the stuff that he mentioned were in reference to things that I've said to some degree, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm not going to make any claims to that. I'm not going to claim that he was specifically responding to me, because I don't know. And I don't want to clickbait you like that. I'm not going to do you like that. I'm not going to do you like that. I just realized there's people who actually watch this channel now, so I have to have a bit more class and decorum than I normally do. So yeah, I pull up with the suit. I have the like evil villain lighting going on a little bit here. I feel like Lex Luthor, but black and with hair and not as much money and not a bad guy. The first take that he brought up is that he is just putting it out there for the sake of putting it out there. And he's not doing it for any money or attention or for views or to like get relevant again. This is just to put all this information about how bad his family is out there for everybody to see on the internet. And again, this does not change my perspective on it at all. I never even claimed that he was doing this for money or for attention or clout of any sort. Although I did, like, the closest thing to me saying that is him making it a WWE, is him making his life a WWE show. And the only reason I say that is because, in a WWE show or any kind of wrestling show, AEW, New Japan, TNA, Ring of Honor, although I think they're dead. Now, Ring of Honor's dead. I don't know. I haven't watched any indie wrestling in a while. But I digress. Is because, there's like a lot of tension for what's coming next and what's going to happen. Is this guy going to get beat up the next time? Is something, crazy going to happen? Is the good guy going to beat up the bad guy later on in the series? What's going to happen? I can't wait to see what happens next week. That's what I meant personally when I said, okay, making your life into a wrestling show, because you're putting this stuff out on the internet. And there are going to be people who will find pleasure and entertainment in what's going on in your life right now. No matter how you put it, whether you're making money or not, because at the end of the day, profit or no profit, attention or no attention, cyberbullying is still cyberbullying, and you're still trying to get a bunch of people to have a very horrible view and outtake on your entire immediate family. That's the problem. That's what's going on. And I get it, you're upset and stuff, but still, just let it go. Now, I've brought this up in the first video where I've mentioned you before, and I'm gonna bring it up again. And what I'm gonna bring up again is the fact that, yes, I've been in a position too where I've been conned out of money. Not a lot of money, not nearly as much as what you were conned out of. I'm not trying to say that, oh, we're the same in this situation. No, we're not. I got conned out of a lot of money. I didn't really care about getting that money back, and I think I was more so upset about the principle of the whole thing more than, like actually caring about the money. Like, okay, what happened? I brought this up on the channel before, but somebody actually asked me for money. Somebody who I knew personally in real life, who I used to work with, after they got fired, they asked me for money and, blocked me immediately after I gave them the money. And that was messed up. And I think even back in my childhood, I've had people who have done things to me. I'm not going to go into too much detail with it right now because I don't want to make this too much about me at the moment. I didn't get any sense of satisfying justice because I felt like, okay, those people didn't get any consequences or face any consequences that were satisfying to me. And I feel for you in that situation because clearly there are people in your life who, did things to you. Is that the consequences that, those people ended up facing weren't nearly as satisfying as you thought it was going to be or was going to help you in any kind of way. That didn't end up happening at the end of the day. And I felt the same way too. But I find solace in knowing that now, and just the knowledge of the whole thing and the lesson and just weighing out the good in that situation, thinking about things like that I do have in my control. Like most of these people, if they're on social media, I have them blocked. No matter who it is. Like I have these people blocked on social media, and most of those people who've done those things to me, I am thousands of miles away from them right now. But so it's like, yeah, I could let it go. These people are not going to do anything to me anymore. I'm not going to trust them to do anything to me anymore. And that's fine. I don't have to chase them at the end of the day. And I feel like what you're doing right now, specifically to your family, this is not helping the situation you're in, and it's going to just make it worse. And when I mean worse, I don't mean they're going to try and murder you. Your parents are not going to try and murder you. Your sisters are not going to try and murder you. Or anybody else, who you've been talking about is not trying to kill you. At least I don't think so, but I highly doubt that that's the case, that they're just trying to murder you, and that for over a decade at this point that most of the people you've interacted with is trying to kill you. I don't think that's the case, and you're just being paranoid at this point. And again, if you think that is the case and you are worried about that, you have every right to worry about that and to have that paranoia in your head. We don't live in a safe world at the end of the day, but still, why not combat it? Why not try to get away from these people? Move to another state that's far away from them. Go hundreds of miles away from them, thousands of miles away from them. Find a nice state that you might like living in more than the state you're in now. And you'll probably be able to figure things out that way. And you could find peace in that sense, knowing that you could get away from these people. And another thing I would like to apologize for, although I did clear this up in the video, it was only through text. And I doubt that a lot of people actually watch my videos, like actually look at the screen and look into my eyes and watch this video. And they probably might have them on as background noise of sorts, and or they have YouTube Premium, it's not playing, but they have it on their headphones. They're in the gym doing something, cleaning, they have Bluetooth headphones on and they're listening to it, and they hear the cult brain comment I made in my last video. And I apologize for that. For anybody who was listening to the video and didn't watch the video and saw, the text disclaiming what I really meant. I was not trying to diss people who are fans of Kobe or still like watching his videos, his older videos and stuff. I'm more so talking about people who are just toxic idiots and are like posting W Kobe or L Dad, L Mom, L Sisters in the chat without understanding the context and seem just happy to have him around, while also begging to have him like start a Sonic Frontiers playthrough or play this new Sonic game that looks really cool that's coming out when it comes out. Those are the kind of people I was talking about, not people who enjoy his content but still have the same sentiment that I do and that a lot of people do, and that the Kobanermites, what's his name again, Ren or Rem? Is it Rem or Ren? I don't know. I need to look it up. I think it might be Ren. Maybe I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna eat a hat. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. I got my first set of 20. I got my first set of subscribers. I made my first video last week. That was pretty much me just talking about another YouTuber, a bigger YouTuber at that, during a situation that was white hot at the moment, that is still white hot at the moment, and kind of expressing myself in that way and how I felt. And this is not my normal style of content, and this is not normally what I talk about on this channel. Specifically, I'm not into, drama, and the reason why I felt the need to talk about this and to not be silent about this was because I was actually a fan of Kobe since I was 12 years old, and I used to watch his content. I think I got onto his Batman videos first, like when he was playing the Arkham series. That was what I actually became a fan of him from first, before anything. And yeah, that was really all there was to it. And I really enjoyed watching his content. I think I ended up watching him way more than a lot of creators, in fact. And to see him like this is painful, but I don't want you to go back to doing YouTube videos about like Sonic games or video games, because I get it. Not everybody plays video games forever or is into any certain thing forever. I recently sold all of my video game consoles a while ago. So yeah, I sold my Switch, I sold my PS3, I deleted Steam from my computer. I, deleted all the games on my computer. I don't play games on my phone anymore. And, I've completely, just don't play video games anymore because I just don't find the joy in it. Again, which is what Kobe admitted himself, that he doesn't find the joy in playing video games anymore. And the only reason he found joy in doing it for a while was because it was just for YouTube and it became a job, more so than an actual hobby of enjoyment at the end of the day. And that's understandable. I relate to that in a way. And I'm not trying to say that you should do this or that anybody should do this. Even though my content is genuinely about self-improvement, I am not a red pillar. I am not a manosphere or of any sorts, because I want to help everybody and not just one group of people. Just so you know, Kobe, whatever you do, whether it's new content, if it's a different form of content, like sneaker videos, MMA videos, woodworking videos, or that other trade that's not woodworking, but it's another trade that I remembered you said you were doing that I forgot about. I think it's like welding or metalwork. I think that was something you were also interested in. Whether you want to make that your content now, or you want to get away from content creation as a whole, and you want to do that behind the scenes, then that's fine. Like, do that. Aspire to be those things or something else if it catches your interest. And forget about all the toxic stuff that happened beforehand and just work towards that stuff, and work towards making better friends and work towards meeting better people, and and probably try to repair some relationships that genuinely only ended because it was your fault. Like, if I'm being real, I'm not trying to say that you were strictly surrounded by bad people the whole time, but to some extent, it's like, yeah, there were some bad people, but there are some good people who you are lashing out on right now, and it's not a good thing. One thing that I would say is that I am seeing some hope that he is gonna be better. I'm not gonna 100% be optimistic and try to lie to anybody, but I don't want to be pessimistic to a point where I see somebody who's down on himself a lot and is not doing very good, and then I'm gonna assume, oh yeah, he's gonna kill himself. Let me prepare for his funeral. Let me prepare to mourn for this person instead of actually helping this person. No, that is such a bad mentality to have. Until otherwise is proven, he's still alive right now. He's still talking. He's going to be fine. He's not going to do anything. I hope so. And I genuinely don't think he's going to be engaging in this counterproductive behavior in the first place. And he's not going to just turn himself into a online lol cow if he ends up taking things too far, or even worse, a horror cow. But I don't want to repeat too many things that I said in this video before. And, you know, there's stuff. I think he is starting to walk back on the Etika stuff he was talking about. And I don't think he has that much of a crazy viewpoint of his parents as he's showing, or people in his family in general. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do, because at the end of the day, I'm a guy. I'm just a guy on the internet talking, and Colby is just a guy on the internet talking. What I, had with him was a parasocial relationship. He was not my friend. I didn't even interact with him. I said this before. I've yet to have any conversations with him. I don't think he's even seen this video or watched any of these videos, like this trilogy that I have going on here right now at the moment. And, that's the reality of the whole thing. That's the reality. And I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. Genuinely, I am. But at the end of the day, I feel like the only people who can help him are people like Kobanermites or Ren or Rem, because he's probably the one person who has transcended the parasocial and is to a point where he's somebody who genuinely likes Kobe and who Kobe seems to have some degree of trust with, from what I've heard, and is currently helping him in private. He's no longer publicizing this, and I feel like I should no longer entice the publicization of this. So this is going to be the last time I do any videos of Koban or Money 456 until something of note comes up. I'm not going to, if it's something good, if something bad ends up happening, I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, that's it. I'm not talking about Kobe anymore after this video. And I'm going to say this again before I leave. Thank you so much for the support of that last video. Thank you so much for the productivity in the comments, and for everybody just acting in good faith towards Kobe in the comments. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. I will see you soon.